tutara turiye svaha. Om tara 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 tutara turiye svaha. Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. And yes, happy Friday and namaste. Namaste to Elizabeth, to Kim, and to Jamie who are joining right now, and anybody else who happens to be tuning in. Please feel free to say hello using the chat function on the bottom of your screen. So welcome to our Friday Puja and Satsang. Tonight we'll be doing a sadhana to Ma Tara for the transformation of fears. So I'm going to start out with some basic information on this form of the Divine Mother. Really, this is an extension of our Tuesday satsang, where we honored the Red Dakini, Padma Dakini. Red Tara herself is an aspect of that form of the Divine Mother. So I'm now going to hang up a picture here, and this is a more modern version of Red Tara, but this is really going to be the key visualization. You will have the opportunity to envision yourself as this form of the Divine Mother. So this is a form of deity yoga. A couple of very quick announcements, though, before we begin. So this coming Tuesday will be part 5 of our mandala of the 5 Dakinis series. We'll be honoring the green Dakini, Karma Dakini. And then next Friday will be part 24 of our 64 Yogini series. And we're going to be honoring the Yogini Kaveri. So both of those will be 7 p.m. You can join live on YouTube, and you're also welcome to come to our temple and attend in person, 1260 South Xavier Street in Denver, Colorado. So again, welcome and namaste. So when we look at this image of Red Tara, we notice that she has 6 arms, and she's holding certain objects in those arms. So first is the position in which she's holding her top 2 arms, and she's holding a bell and a vajra. And in the position in which she's holding her arms with these 2 objects, which are very powerful and very common instruments to be held during Buddhist meditation, she is holding them in a display which is called the mudra of joy. So the vajra represents method or compassion, and the bell represents the realization of emptiness. It is explained that one would not be able to identify where the sound of the bell comes from and where it goes. So this is often used as an analogy for emptiness of inherent existence. Tara brandishes both implements, crossed above her head, in what is known as the joy of Dharma. Joy is described in the texts as the quality of a bodhisattva's perseverance in benefiting all sentient beings. This joy is the white light of bliss that conquers fear. Additionally, the Vajra represents the masculine or dynamic forces, and the bell, the receptive or feminine forces. So she's also holding a bow and arrow. The bow is held in the left of the wisdom hand, and the arrow held in the right hand of method or compassion, and combines to project skillful means. Thus, they collectively represent Tara's skillful means in her ability to use our situation to liberate us and bring swift attainments. The bow and arrow also very strongly signifies the concentration behind the act of meditation, sometimes what's called one-pointedness. And anybody who's ever done archery, myself included, can certainly relate to that. Then in another pair of hands, she is holding the Dharma wheel. The Dharma wheel, this is the 8-spoked wheel, which is rather like the top of this, the Vajra on this Dakini blade. We see there are 8 spokes to the wheel. The light's not necessarily cooperating as much as I'd like on that. But the Dharma wheel represents the Buddha's teachings and also the spiritual authority of a universal monarch. Thus, Tara, wielding the Dharma wheel, signifies her domain over all beings. Those 8 spokes of the wheel represent the 8-fold path to enlightenment, and that includes right view, right intention, right speech, right conduct or action, right livelihood, right effort or work, right concentration or mindfulness, and right meditation. The conch shell, in this case, is one that is used as a horn trumpet to proclaim the Dharma throughout the land where the conch shell is blown and heard. This signifies the spread of the Dharma, the subjugation of ignorance and delusion, and the heroic victory of the Buddha's teachings. Then she is also holding a sword and a coil of rope or noose. The wisdom sword is a blade of wisdom that signifies the ability of Tara to cut through our negative karmas, obstacles, and ignorance. This embodies the wisdom that cuts to the root of fear and ego clinging. And then the noose, the coil of rope, which we see here toward the bottom. This represents the binding of all harmful things and obstacles that harm our spiritual practice. On an inner level, the noose represents the ensnaring of the ego and the binding of Tara's higher wisdom. I like to think of the noose too is also the divine pulling us in the right direction, pulling us toward its presence. So we talked on Tuesday about the red Dakini's wisdom being discriminating awareness wisdom. So using discriminating awareness to perceive the true nature of reality to overcome fear. And there's 5 aspects of this. 1, recognizing actual threat that is the body's genuine natural response, versus psychological, that is unnatural or ego-driven impulses. 2, recognizing worry and discomfort. Again, real threat versus perceived threat. 3, perceive any mental formations, thoughts, or perceptions that involve self, what is mine, or the I. 4, creating a space in the mind between one's actual self and the ego self in distress through observation of ego formations and extrapolations. And 5, practice relaxing the mind and observing one's fear response. Patience is very much the key here. And the result is fearlessness of the discriminating awareness wisdom, destroying the attachments of the ego. So our practice tonight is based on one written by Seen Prajna in the year of the fire monkey, which is 2016. And it is a concise way to practice Red Tara, one's most precious, peaceful yidam. A yidam is a meditational deity. So Jai Matara, Jai Matara, Jai Matara. So at this point, I invite you to find a comfortable seated position. Find that position where your back can be straight. Maybe you're sitting on your mat with a cushion under your hips. That brings pressure off the lower back. Maybe roll the shoulders back to expand the chest. If you're sitting in a chair, make sure your feet are flat on the floor. You can maybe put something under your feet to help facilitate that. Maybe something again under your hips, so to level the hips with the knees. Just let your hands rest comfortably upon your knees. And I invite you now to close your eyes and begin breathing deeply. Long, slow, deep yogic breaths. Breathing slowly, breathing deeply, letting go of the concerns of the day, of this day and of the past, letting go of the concerns of the future. Breathing out anything that is going to stand in the way of you just being open to this experience. And breathing in a sense of relaxation, a sense of peace. And most importantly, an awareness which is centered on the present moment. So continue breathing deeply. Opening your receptivity. And just allowing the sounds of my voice and the instruments and the words of our practice to guide your awareness where it needs to be at this time. Jai Matara. Jai Matara. Jai Matara. Pay. We take refuge in the Guru, we take refuge in the Buddha, we take refuge in the Dharma, we take refuge in the Sangha. We take refuge in the Guru, we take refuge in the Buddha, we take refuge in the Dharma, we take refuge in the Sangha. We take refuge in the Guru, we take refuge in the Buddha, we take refuge in the Dharma, we take refuge in the Sangha. We take refuge until we are enlightened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the positive potential we create by practicing generosity and the other far-reaching attitudes, may we attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. We take refuge until we are enlightened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the positive potential we create by practicing generosity and the other far-reaching attitudes, may we attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. We take refuge until we are enlightened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the positive potential we create by practicing generosity and the other far-reaching attitudes, may we attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. Pay. Om Sunyata Jnana Vajra Svabhavam Koham. From the sphere of emptiness, on a yellow lotus and a moon seat, appears the red syllable Om, completely transforming us as venerable, heroic red Tara. Our bodies are ruby red in color, with one face and 4 pairs of arms. Our first 2 hands hold a golden vajra and silver gold bell, and are joined at our crown to proclaim the Dharma in the mudra of great joy. The second pair holds a golden lotus bow and a golden arrow fletched with peacock feathers. The third pair holds a blazing Dharma chakra, the 8-spoked wheel, and a brilliant white conch shell. The fourth pair holds a blazing wisdom sword and a vajra noose. We have a peaceful expression on our faces, and we sit in the lotus posture. We are clothed in silken garments and adorned by precious gold and bejeweled ornaments. With a halo of moonlight behind our bodies and framed with wisdom fire. A white vibration, Om, marks the crowns of our heads. A red vibration, manifests at the level of our throats. And a blue, illuminates our heart centers. Om the swift one, the heroine, whose eyes are like an instant flash of lightning, who arose from the open corolla of the lotus face of the Lord of the three worlds. Pay at our hearts is a moon disk marked by the syllable Om, with the mantras circling clockwise around the circumference of the disk. Om Tare Tam Spa. Om Tare Tam Swaha. 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 Pay. Om Tare Tu Tare Turye Saha. Tre Dhatu Vasham Kuru Svaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Turye Svaha. Tre Dhatu Vasham Kuru Svaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Turye Svaha. Tre Dhatu Vasham Kuru Svaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Turye Sarva. Tre Dhatu Vasham Kuru Svaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Turye Sarva. Tre Dhatu Vasham Kuru Svaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Turye Sarva. Tre Dhatu Vasham Kuru Svaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Turye Sarva. Tre Dhatu Vasham Kuru Svaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Turye Sarva. Tre Dhatu Vasham Kuru Svaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Turye Sarva. Tre Dhatu Vasham Kuru Svaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Turye Sarva. Tre Dhatu Vasham Kuru Svaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Turye Sarva. Tre Dhatu Vasham Kuru Svaha. Om Tare Tu Tare sarva Tredatu Vasham Kuru Svaha Pay Keeping your eyes closed, I invite you now to breathe naturally and calmly. And as you breathe, I invite you to spend some time identifying what you are currently afraid of. It could be the fear of dying, the fear of loss, the fear of failure, or any deluded, unhealthy fears. Access your wisdom. And try to understand all that these fears arise from your deluded mind and negative actions. Then I invite you to visualize these fears together with their natural causes, negative minds and actions. And visualize those fears in the form of a dense, thick smoke. And as you exhale, with each exhalation, breathe out that smoke. And as you breathe out, the smoke leaves your nostrils and disappears to the furthest reaches of space, where it is completely dissipates and disappears, never to return. And as you inhale, imagine that you are breathing in all of the pure, inspiring energy and fearlessness of all holy beings in the form of blissful white light. And let that light fill your body and your mind and illuminate your spirit. And after meditating like this for a while, feel that your body and mind are now completely pure, and that you have received the blessings and protection of all holy beings. Let your body feel light and supple, and feel your mind clear, peaceful, and fearless. And then allow yourself to just simply rest for a while in a place of stillness and a place of silence, allowing yourself to fully integrate the purifying energies of Matara. Om Tada Tutada Tudiye Svaha. Om Tada Tutada Tudiye Svaha. Om Tada Tutada Tudiye Svaha. So I invite you now to take a deep and clearing breath, letting go of the meditation, and let yourself return, taking with you the blessings of Red Tara Devi. Hear the sound of my voice and any other sounds that are in your personal space. Feel the cushion or chair below you, ground under your feet, the clothes that cover you. the temperature of the air on your skin. And slowly begin to move your fingers and toes a little bit. Your hands and feet, your arms and legs. And keeping your eyes closed, bring the palms of your hands together at your heart center. May the precious Bodhi mind, where it is not born, arise and grow. May that born have no decline, but increase forevermore. May the precious emptiness, where it is not born, arise and grow. May that born have no decline, but increase forevermore. Pay. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Take a moment and acknowledge that divine mother presence within yourself, knowing it is there to lead you. And take a moment and notice any differences, any subtle differences you might notice at this time from having done this practice. And then take a moment to give gratitude to yourself for taking part in this practice, knowing you can play this recording again anytime you'd like to do it again, when you have the need. And just make the affirmation that you'll notice those subtle changes in the days ahead from having done this work. And then slowly open your eyes. Namaste. Blessings always. Thank you so very much. And Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma. Om Tada Tutada Tudiye Svaha. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for joining me, Kim. Thanks for sharing with me what you just did. And may her spirit travel safely. And may she find rest. And may her next life be a wonderful one. I'd like to thank Elizabeth and Kim and Jamie and Reeds and Larch for being here, and anyone else who is joining us live. And I also want to thank anyone who might be watching this recording later as well. Feel free to email me with any questions, feedback. Love hearing from you. omcdevi@gmail.com. That's AUMCDEVI@gmail.com. You can also message me at my channel. As always, I advise you to take some time for some quiet contemplation and meditation before resuming the day's activities. And then I look forward to you joining me on Tuesday, when we honor Karma Dakini, the green Dakini of the 5 Dakini mandala. Until then, thank you again. Jai Mata Di, Jai Mata Di, Jai Mata Di. And good night. And thank you again. Jai Ma.